Hey, bonsoir les amis, bienvenue à une autre édition of the Hockey Nation live show on the great Monday night, August 18, 2025. Hopefully an amazing great day so far and ready to rock and roll the show with me for the Hockey Nation and the Ab Nation. Yeah, it's happened last night. Power get out after lightning hit the somewhere somehow. Take about 15 minutes. We came back after that. We about 30 people was with me for the rest of the second part of the show last night. It was pretty good, and we want to thank all of you, and we apologize for what happening last night. Sometimes you cannot do something you cannot control. I cannot control the lightning. Honestly, if I wish, I will do it to another direction, but this happening last night. So thanks to be with me tonight. Another great show on the Monday night of the hockey. August, middle August, people. So come on, Cole, you have nothing you can talk about. Of course, we have a lot of things to talk about. We have game, we have question, we have fun confirmation what's going on around the NHL, and we're going to try to fix tonight the NHL together. I know Ron can do it. So we're going to fix the NHL tonight together. Is a part of the subject. I think it's going to be fun. I give you some recommendation, and you tell me you agree or not. In the chat, you can also give me some new rules of the NHL. Could be more fun to watch or more fun angle of what the NHL could look like if you apply that rule or that recommendation to NHL team. So that's what's happening tonight. First of all, I'm going to give you the subject of the night. And yeah, it's about must watch the Montreal Canadiens for upcoming season. And I put some kind of Pinocchio and Sakaski et Demidab. I'm going to give you tonight, guys, the players I'm going to watch for the upcoming season for the Montreal Canadiens, for the entire Montreal Canadiens organization. I don't have like 20 of them, but I have more specific players I'm going to watch for sure. And then if you follow my video, I talk about the happy man in Montreal right now. I'm talking about Patrick Laine. What a great summer he has. New man, new husband, married, and he celebrate left and right. What a great with his buddy Barkov. So that's what you, if you watch my video every morning, 7 o'clock a.m. Eastern time. And this is a week of the guests. Start tomorrow night. We have 3 nights back to back to back. Tomorrow night we have Jim Beringer. We saw him a couple of times with us. Can't wait to see Jim with the Hockey Nation tomorrow night. Big fan of the WWE, but he followed the New Jersey Devils and all their team. He writes for the Full Press Hockey website. Right, he does many podcasts around the channel, YouTube channel, left and right. So it's great to have him. I love his energy. I love his comments. Work also with the TSN as a reporter sometimes. So we're going to see our friend Jim tomorrow night. Wednesday night, of course, a special guest every week. The Wednesday night, Marco Larabi from Augsburg is going to join us live. And Thursday, back after 2 years, Ross Cohen, Sportsology, his nickname on the X account, is going to be with us. Ross is very good, but he's very good. He knows very well about the NHL prospect every single year. And that's what he do. He wrote some kind of fun books and other sport, baseball, hockey, and basketball. He's really well known in the New Jersey, Pennsylvania area, and he participates to many podcasts. So no hesitate. Say yes, coach. I will be there Thursday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. So this is a way to be the next 3 days. We're going to bring more people every month, and that's what we try to accomplish here. And hopefully, we're going to do that for all of you because you deserve it. You don't have to listen, coach, all the time, every night. You deserve more. You deserve better. So let's see what we got in the chat right away here before we move. But first of all, don't forget to say hi to RJ Calabro, best friend of the New Jersey area. The news and update with everything's going around. RJ been with us for many years. Without him, we not be the same. We always miss him. And the football high school start very soon. Thanks for all sharing your question, RJ Calabro, and your report of the day. My friend One with Kings, moderator of the Hockey Nation show, is back with us directly from Utah. Luke, Look, welcome back at the Hockey Nation tonight. Thanks to be with us. I'm doing well. Glad to be with all of you tonight on this special evening. Try to turn off the EC. PL, here we go. What happening last night? PL, ching money or not? Freddie Freeman to hit a home run at the Coors Field in Colorado for 4.5. I think this is a good one, PLW. To hit the Coors Field. What a bad year, the Colorado Rockies. Great stadium. A lot of people can sit on that stadium, but the team not looking good. We missed Larry Walker, Todd Helton, Mike Hampton. Yeah, but a lot of great players play there. The third baseman and Noah or Noel. I don't know his last name. Arenado, something like that. They have a shortstop, Troy something. Dante Pichette. And so many good players play with the Colorado Avalanche long time ago. But it's not the same anymore, for sure. Mr. Guy back in the house tonight. Our friend Billy from Nova Scotia. You know. What do you think about that one, Mr. Billy? I know. We'll see what's happening here. Julien back in the house tonight. Hopefully you're doing well, my friend Julien. TH knock the door. TH, what's going on with the New York calendars? Hopefully they are ready to rock and roll. Yep, Cal Raleigh knock one out. Here we go. I told you to take Cal Raleigh last night. Maybe not, but I tell you about what a great year he has with the Mariners for that one. Zulu Whiskey, here we go. Don't forget about Matt Holiday and Dante Bichette. Matt Holiday, during the off summer, when the hockey was over, I stayed in U.S., and I was working in the minor league baseball left and right. But 1 year I stayed, a couple of years, but I was working with the Salem Avalanche, the cliff farm of the Colorado Rockies, and they draft that player, Matt Holiday. So he was like supposed to be a superstar, everything, and for some reason I don't know what, I cannot tell you exactly what happening, but he started his career as a single A. Not the lowest, but the highest one. You have an A, low, I, low, whatever it is, double A, triple A, blah, 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 blah. So, like, it's almost like the red carpet. So they asked me to pick him up at the airport. So I go there. It's a 6'2", 6'3" guy. But, jeez, I don't know if he was shy, but he was cocky, like he was like the next Babe Ruth in baseball. I don't know. He was cocky when I met him the first time. But after that, you know, a couple of beer at the bar after the game, he was open up. But he didn't stay long time with the Salem Avalanche. I think he stayed only 1 month or 2 months. Then he go back to the Double A all the way to the Major League. But I still remember Matt Holiday. I think he was wearing number 8, if I can record it. So a lot of story I can tell you guys about everything. My life has been left and right, honestly. And we can have a great conversation. Roger, welcome in the house also. Thanks to be with our Canadian show. And the sick and the slap shot, the Sherwood, 53-40, I believe it was, if I can record it. But we'll see. Again, let's move on. on this night. Don't forget, guys, to click on the like, subscribe to Hockey Nation our show. If you don't mind, that'd be great to do that. Of course, NHL news, Montreal Canadiens news, and what we have to watch for the upcoming year. This is what we got on the program tonight. So we're going to carry on this all the way to 10 o'clock tonight, if you don't mind. I like Holiday. Hopefully, it was not mean or anything like that. It was not mean at all. It was just cocky at the beginning. Like, I got this, and But Roy from Bangkok is in the house. A lot of rain last night here in Pattaya. I tried to go to 7-Eleven at 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock. I could not. I said we'll go back later. I could not. It was raining. Oh, you can get an umbrella. I know that. But I didn't want to get an umbrella. I don't want to walk in the water. So I stay home and I eat watermelon, and I finish with a piece of the bread and banana. There we go. I did not dream last night, but my night was short. Cannot sleep after 3:45. My head is spinning, not on the bad way. I'm moving next week. I have many things to take care, to thinking, everything. I'm involved with my cousin business. You want help? Then I'm doing like article for the Chicago Blackhawks. I'm doing the article for the Edmonton Oilers. I deliver video and all the way. So it's like, and then I'm thinking, okay, what's the next subject? What I need to talk about? What I need to do with the live streaming? Wake up at 4 o'clock and I start to work, everything like that. But I want to mention something. It would happen. We know, maybe you don't know, but I'm going to tell you now. August 25th, August 20, it was my first day I launched this web channel in 2020 with Michael DeVillano. August 22nd, it's when I moved or I traveled from Miami Airport all the way to Thailand. So the 24th, 25th, it was my first day, and it would be my 3 years in Thailand. But this year, next Monday is August 25th, and I'm moving now. So a lot of things to talk about. But the Tuesday after the Labor Day, September 2nd, I believe, we are launching the 6th season of the channel. But we're going to open up with this, guys. So we got now a Discord. It's coming for, you can talk about hockey. It's a locker room, 24 hours. You have to sign up at the Discord. This is the link to sign up or to register. Coach, yeah, but I cannot do that. So I'm going to give it to you guys. Hold on in the chat, so that would be more easy to do that on Sunways. There we go. So you register at the Discord, and we're going to have those kind of conversation all day long, all night long. And more people we are, more fun going to be. Everything is going to be open up. On time is closed when I'm doing a live stream. But you're going to get response. So you have more connection between all of us. Then I have 2 affiliation to sharing with you guys. You can buy and helping the channel to buy something at the NHL shop. That's where you can get some. And then I've affiliate now the Vivid Seed, where you can buy your ticket to go to the game, any sport. I'm going to promote that a little bit better. I just want to give you a little bit more what's going on. So I just want to share that with all of you. And thanks to be with that. Let's make a enjoy tonight. For the Blue Jays, maybe not a good news. Frank Sarot Santoro. Welcome back, Frank. We missed you yesterday. Thanks so much, DH. Definitely, we're going to have a great conversation over there. For sure. Can take RJ can take about this the link, and he can copy it during the night if you don't mind. That'd be great. Let's talk about the first NHL news that we got for all of you. Not many is going on. NHL, only quiet, honestly. But the Colorado signed a 2-year deal at Alex Gagne. This is something strange on that story. Gagne was picked by the Tampa Bay Lightning a couple of years ago, and he played his 4 years in NCAA. Now he's ready to sign a contract and play NHL. The Tampa Bay Lightning did not protect him, so after August 15, he was free. He became a UFA. But for some reason, he looked like he signed his contract like an entry-level contract. It's rare, I'll be honest with you, but this is what the Puck Bizarre told me. So Alex Gagne is a big defenseman, 6'5", not offensive side. He can hit. Good career. Was a captain. He has some kind of leadership. He's going to play with the Colorado Eagles in the American Hockey League. But just another player you have to know, part of the NHL and the Colorado Avalanche organization. Thanks again, Mr. Don't forget, Aaron. This is where, yeah, it's really when you pay a little bit more, you go a little bit more deep about that situation. So I think it was drafted in 2018, but that's happening. The Columbus Blue Jackets signed but for the age, the ex-players, Hudson Fasching, 1-year deal, 37-35. With the Columbus Blue Jackets, they play approximately 45 games, 49 games in the last each season. Last year, I think he played the same kind of number of the game with New York Canadiens. This is a guy, bottom six. He played a couple of great minutes. It's a journeyman in hockey and in NHL, but he cannot play 82 games. And it's another funny story about him. He's been in NHL for 10 years. He will start his 10 years. He never played a full year, 7 game, 20 game, 6 game, but every year he played in NHL. That's interesting to see that. It's more depth of the Columbus Blue Jacket to get him, and we're going to see about this. Is a great with the result of the story with him. Nothing the best exactly about him. Hopefully he's going to get there. David, welcome in the house, by the way. I picked up everybody. Bush is in the house. Hopefully you're doing well. Kings looking at a couple of Flyers players to trade for. Interesting. Pittsburgh for Frank. The Hoffman family, it's rich people, are now contender to buy the team. We know the Lemieux tried to get the team back for the Fenway Sports. But you have a family now, it's called Hoffman. It's not Mike Hoffman, by the way. And they are right now on the front runner to buy the team. That's something, another development we have to look for the next couple of months. It takes time to buy a sport team. Secondly, Pittsburgh is an, I don't know, like we talk about the New York Rangers. We're going to talk about Boston the next couple of minutes. But Pittsburgh is on a team where it's going to be hard this season. And what's next? This is the end of Crosby era with Malkin, Letang. We wish the best, but they have a lot of work to do. Their pipeline is steady. It's not great. They have a great many years with Crosby, but this is going to be really interesting. Did that Discord link work? It looked like TH signed. So would be an interesting. You can get there, Frank, Randy. Thanks so much, everybody. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes. Thanks, Guy. So that's a bidding there, guys. The next one, it's a sadness. The former NHL Mark Curtin passed away at 67. He has the ALS illness. and he battled this for what 7, 8 years. A third one pick by the Toronto Maple Leafs. Play over what 8, 9 years in NHL. Um, he pick up. He did a lot of fundraiser for that foundation. I think it was over $1 million. One Gretzky. I admire how Curtin fight for his life, the way he did it, and it's another player we lost inside of the family hockey. So it will be interesting what will happen for that. Another team signed Malkin, or do you think Malkin is done? St. Pittsburgh, I know they have to sign him. I think this is over for him. Senderman, welcome in the house. Yeah, you're absolutely about this. The age. I go with you, Frank. Mr. Maurice Robillard, directement de South of Thailand. I have a Roy on the top. I have a South on the south. I have Kenneth on the northeast. I'm going to be there next week. We're getting more. By the way, I changed the subject, guys, for 1 minute and a half. You know, I coached hockey for many years, and I coach at fun level. It's always fun when someone reach you, and honestly, it's crazy because in Thailand you have messengers called lines, and you have to be on that messenger to you can find me on the other social media, everything like that, but that player find me on lines. It's a Russian kid, Igor Chernikov, I believe his last name. Pop up on my phone yesterday for the first time online. Say, hey, you're called French in Florida, right? I say, yes. He said, this is your buddy, Igor. Honestly, I did not remember him right away. Like, I did not coach only like 55 players in my life. And he said, you changed my life. So what do you mean? He said, because of you, you was my favorite coach. You teach me to be a good person in life. Now I own a business and on the construction in Russia. I have 7 employees. And what you teach me about how you serve your players, I'm doing the same thing with my employee. But I would like to go back in Florida because that was the best place to be. And he showed me a picture of his new baby born. So sometime in life, you make an impact, and it's priceless when you get those kind of message. You can get money, but when you get those kind of messages, it's really nice and fun to hear that. So I just want to share it with you. I apologize for all my different things. Maurice, question by the way, Maurice, apologize. Are you all great team destined to fail at some point? This is a great question, Maurice, because when I was looking, every day I want to bring the next king, guys. It's Boston Bruins. First of all, I apologize. Toronto hired the dad of Jesperi Kokanemi on the front office. I don't know exactly what he's going to be, maybe a scout. And then I want to talk about the Boston Bruins. Another year, no playoff. And that's answered a bit more with Maurice. I was looking about which team are hanging there. It's like a circle, right? And sometimes the circle could be for many, many years. But sometimes you have to go at the bottom, and then you have to restart, and then you have to go back up. But which team really, really steady? Boston was one of them. Like, since, 96? Maybe more. Boston has been a good team, constantly in the playoff, and they don't have like a very downside of the, and but unfortunately now they hit that. This is what they look like now, the Boston Bruins. And do we blame Don Sweeney? When you have a many years like how the Tampa Bay Lightning are going to do when they're going to lose Kucherov, Point, Vasilevsky, Edmund, McDonald, right? They find a way to keep solid player around them, but how they can do that, I'm not sure. So I think this is more like a cycle, and we'll see what could happen for something. A2 is in the house. You welcome A2, by the way. Thanks for everybody to sharing our blog and losing about all Randy. Maurice, Detroit was steady in the playoff for a long time, 10 years, I believe. You're right. That's another team that way, right? They was constantly in the playoff year after year. The time, Datsuk and Zetterberg and Lidstrom, and Colorado Avalanche, many years with Patrick Arroy, Mike Kane, and Sakic, and then they got they dive down until they pick up Matt Shine, Ryan O'Reilly, McKinnon, and 12, 13, 14, and 11. Those years kind of go down before they pick it up after that. And look like Tampa did it also during that kind of period too. So everyone go that direction, I believe. But we'll see what happens. I'll be watching from the big screen, no problem. Thanks so much, everybody. Don't forget, guys, to click on the like if you don't mind. That'd be great. So, Toronto Maple Boston Bruins are a very difficult time right now. Look, the Chara, the Bergeron, the Kretschik, Marchand, Rask. I can go all the way with those big names, from 2011 until 2-3 years ago. But now, some decision from the management make that team questionable now. They let go Marchand, Frederic, Coy, Carlo last year. So they remove a lot of good players, but they still don't want to add. They don't want to mention they are rebuilding. They still try to be around to change the retools. But the retools, it's not great. They gave money to Lane Home and Zadorov. So far, not looking good. They get big money to swim in. Last year, did not do well. Pasternak is really the only one step up. They lose Marchand. Kiki had a good year last year. A couple of years ago, 2 years ago, I think DeBrus left the building. The transformation, it's hard over there. The pipeline is really low. Now they got Minten from the Toronto Maple Leaf. Poitras will maybe join the team. Look, this is a team, in my opinion, have to take big decision next season also to figure out. They get UFA does not work well. It's good for Montreal, by the way. But those years for the Boston Bruins could be for the next 4 or 5 years really hard for them. They will have to figure out if they have to rebuild completely or they have to keep what they have and try to patch up. But it will not fix it. Unfortunately, I don't see that. We have to think what's going to happen there. I think a cap with a sorry cap team are like St. Waves. Team are bad. They gradually rise with a young plus cap space and then rebuild when the window is closed. A good point at TH. March and Hate Sweeney. Marchand is really one off with Profani face. So coach is Sweeney, a good GM. I'm not there to judge him a lot, but I feel like he's a muppet. When I said that, when I want to explain is like everything there, I believe, is come nearly. run the show with it. And Sweeney is the Muppet. Bad decision, I believe, for the last 2 years. And like I said, they liquid everything at the trade deadline. They get draft pick for the next season, but not looking good for sure. For me, he's not impressive, so I will give him a C right now, in my opinion. Wings that keep trading their pick just ran out of time. The Islanders were the last real dynasty with 4 cups. I would say I feel bad for Boston, but I would be lying, Billy. That was a terrible trade for the leave, Randy. Yeah. Florida is not all the way to with 3 in a row. Run the next 2 cup have to be won by 2 different teams. Then another team can win 2 in a row. Here we go, Ron. About that. That give you guys all the news in the NHL today. Not much to talk about, honestly, because that's where we at in August. And let's move on. And the next thing, guys, is about the Montreal Canadiens. That's what you want to talk about. Montreal was quiet today. Not much going on also with the Montreal Canadiens. So you have to pick up all the different things what's going on. More people on the ice today at the Brassard. First of all, Demidov, of course, lining. He was there back from Finland now. He was in Finland for 1 week, I believe, 7-10 days, because of his golf tournament with Barkov. Strobel, Newhook, Carrier, and Veleno was all the Montreal Canadiens on the ice at Brassard for that. I would not be surprised if Florida won the cup in the next 2 years. Yeah, but I'm not going to like it. But we'll see. All right, now the next thing for the Montreal Canadiens. The hockey news. I apologize, the guy wrote this, right? And this is how it works in Montreal. The hockey news wrote something about Montreal where they're missing a second center. And the guy talked about Jared McCann for the Seattle Kraken. From that, now the conversation changed. From the Sick podcast, Nick Larivière wrote, Montreal are interested to get Jared McCann. Of course, Danny Coulis, because they sleep together, Sick podcast and Danny Coulis, they said, now Montreal are looking to trade for Jared McCann. From one comment at the Hockey News, change the narration or the script by Nick Larivière, go to Sit Podcast, pick up by the Danny Coulis, and now La Poche Bleue pick up the news from Danny Coulis, and now everybody in Montreal thinking Montreal are looking for Jared McCann. Now, and then you start to read their article. That would be a good trade to get Jared McCann and everything. But they not analyze nothing. They not mention nothing. They not take the time to study who is really Jared McCann. They just said he has 61 points with 22 goals. I got it. But they don't talk about his age. They don't talk about his contract. They don't talk about what it would be the cost to get that players. They don't talk about his Corsi. They don't talk about his face-off. They don't talk, he's not a center. But they want to get him. This is what you need to be professional to know more before you put your name on the paper, on the website, on the social media, and on the whatever is the website to say, hey, I wrote this and I'm happy about that. The quality of your work make a difference on everything you do. I shake my head. It's like, are you kidding me? Hey, look, Watson. In our top is in the house tonight. And Mr. Mark Elliott is in the house. The internet is all about content exposure. Does not matter if you true or not, if they have something to cover for the day. Yeah, you're right about that. Look, A2. And sometimes E. So I try to be nice. Here on my keyboard, I'm upset. But when I put the words on the social media, I reply to them. I try to be nicer. So I respond to La Poche Bleue. I respond for the guy for the Les Coulisses, but Les Coulisses is trash. And I respond to Sid Podcast. I know Nick came here a couple of times, but it is what it is. McCann was a center before Lafreniere. Actually, would be a good pickup for Montreal. Here you go, Pete. When the last time Pete McCann was a center? His face-up percentage is at 44. We are jumping on Kirby Doc and Alex Newhook. They cannot win the face-off. And now we want the same kind of players where their face-off is 44 to get a 30 years old players with a contract of what, 2 more years at 5-point-something players. And he does not play center. He has 124 face-off last year. His last time he reached 300 face-off is 5 years ago. The guy played at the winger all day long. But we want a winger to be a center. So why not to put Demidov, the Bodzuk, as a center? Would be the same thing. You can put Patrick Laine center. That would be the same thing. Why to spend Michael Edge or to spend Kaden Cooley or to spend another big player for the Montreal to get Jared McCann at 44% face-off? Are you kidding me? I don't get it. Transition players. That's what was comments of Nick Larivière. Until we wait for Michael Edge, we can get that player. Why? Neil can do the job. He has what? 42%. Kirby Doc can pick up the face-off at 40-something. Budzik Demidov can do the same job. You can put Kapanen or Beck. Maybe the face-off number will be better. I don't get it. Peter, Coach McCann is not such a pickup. What do you mean he's not such a pickup? He's not going to give him for nothing. Home in 10 minutes, LVP. Welcome back. GF, Internet, article, social media, reporter are all about the click and view. Yeah, I know that. I suffer for that. Steve G is in the house. Mr. in our top, we miss you. For sure, glad to see you around. Ron, can't wait to have you. Yes, sir. Sunday night, I have to hire Yannick Perrault to teach everyone to take a face-off. Look at McCann point last 4 years, a perfect center with size, a play defense. Again, I'm going to repeat again. The guy has 44% guys on the face-off. dropped from 40 gold to 29 gold to 22 gold. He has 135 face-off last year at 44.3.7. His best year was 47.9 for him. I don't why we want a center, a winger for a center. We tried with Jonathan Drouin. Why not to trade what we have for a real center at 24, 25, 26 years old, young, 26 years old, and you're going to be there for a couple of years. I understand the value of McCann as a winger, but not as a center. But it's again, you focus on the point. That's what you focus, Peter. You focus on the point. So we don't have the puck and we don't win the face-off. I'm studying right now, guys, at face-off. Marco asking me to look about all the face-off in NHL right now. Like, it's a deep research. It would take me 3-4 days to do it. But I'm going to give you the team at the center, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, the percentage of face-off they have, what the result of the outcome of that. If your center number 2 is above 48%, what's the chance to make the playoff? Is it good or bad? If your center number 1 and 2, the average percentage is 49.5, what's the chance? The chance to make the playoff. I did a bit what I did on the second center line yesterday, but I'm going to do the same thing with the face-off. I'm going to make a show about that very soon. McGuinn is a good player, maybe not a great face-off guy, but I really a good player. No doubt. No doubt. He's a good player. I never say he's not a good player. What I said, he's not a center. I'm going to give you one more stat. In 2018-19, it was the last time he got 300 attempts. He never had more at 338 face-off per year. That's what is my problem. The guy is a great winger, but he is not a center. I scored 40 goals 2 years ago. You're right, Randy. Again, I'm going to repeat, Peter. It's like Kisherov. Put him as a center, yeah, but he produced point. But is it a center, Kisherov? I don't think so. Again, I'm going to repeat, guys. A center in NHL, you have to have an average of 400 attempts per year to be a center, regular center in NHL. The guy, he did not do it since 2018. The guy is the last six year in NHL is a winger. But you guys, you try to sell me he's a center. He's not. A center is a winger. You don't rush Michael Edge, Peter. Are you willing to trade Caden Coley tonight for Jared McCann? Are you ready to trade Michael Edge for Jared McCann? You're not going to get Jared McCann for Alex Newhook. Here's the top projection for the Seattle Kraken. And you trade for the 30 years old players and become year free in 2 years at 32 years old. You're not going to get him for Kirby Doc. And you get a winger, you don't get a center. It's A2 suggests Rand O'Reilly. Evan is over 51%, and I will place him in the top 10, but he is clearly not a second center. He can fill that old short term, but he is not meant to be on the second line. You're right about that. Flying Tire tried Huberdeau as a center. Did not work. It's just like New Hook lets a winger, not a center. No way in the hell. But that's my point behind that. Like, you can get players. I understand the value of McCann as a player. I never said he's a bad player. For me, he does not fit as a center for the Montreal Canadiens, what they're looking for. You know, if you want to get at center, go get Anton Lundell from the Florida Panthers. That's what I'm trying to explain, is to get a players at 24, 26 years old, not a winger, a regular center. And then you make a trade for that. This is how I see that. So Peter said they will trade. The Kraken will ask a prospect and a pick do the job. Believe me, throw New Hook too if you want. Why the Kraken will trade the top 6 forward for a prospect? But what kind of prospect? David Rebecca? Jacob Fuller? Like, you're not going to trade Adam Ekstrom. Like, turn the page around, guys, all right? Let's trade Sakaski to the Kraken. Sakaski is 29 years old tonight. He has 60 points. He makes $5.5 million per year, whatever it is, for the next 2 years. You want to get in return a prospect, and you want to get a pick in return only for that? Why the Kraken will do that? And you said we can send New Hook. But why the Kraken will accept that? If I'm Ron Francis, I trade McCann, but I want to be sure I get a player established on your team right now. And for that, maybe I would target Caden Coley. Then after that, if you said, no, I cannot, okay, perfect, what do you have? You have to trade apple with apple. Could Kapanen eventually score 21 in a season with Habs? I don't see that, Roger. Macquarie, Buffalo, etc. David Ab should upgrade on your hook. I don't see that. Um, when I apologize, David. Um, it all depends to answer back to you, David, it's all depend what your team look like on the roster. Right now, New York fit with the Montreal Canadiens, but I'm not sure the next 2 years the role of New York will fit with the Montreal Canadiens. I still don't need a one young promising defenseman. Does Montreal have room for the remaining defensive prospect? Strobel, Jekai, Angstrom, and Shaw can all make the team deal from strength. That's you talk right now a third pairing defenseman, Peter. I'm Ron Francis. I said no. Now I'm going to okay. They want a defenseman. I said I want Alex Carrier and your first round pick and Alex Newhook and return. So I get Carrier, I get Alex Newhook, and I get your first round pick 2026. That's you don't want to give me a top six. I got it. You don't want to give me your top prospect. I got it. I want to get that one. Good point, Mark. I agree with Peter. You got something in return for who? They will not ask that much. Why? Why the Seattle Kraken would just give a top six forward for nothing? Explain me to me this, Peter. Why Kraken was just gave Montreal McCann? What is wrong with McCann for the Kraken trade him for nothing? For not too much. Montreal is on this predicament without legitimate second because use trade for Dak has not worked out, been interesting trade. Yes, I can understand that, Jeff, but I'm going to ask of all of you: do you think you can win in NHL with two center below 6 foot? I'm just curious to know your answer about that. Do you think team win in NHL play with two center under 6 foot? I would like to hear from all of you about that question. Do you think in NHL a team win with two 6 foot and lower? Barkov 6'3", 6'4", Benek 6'1". Dallas Star, center number one, 6'3". So we get they will not ask for that much. I got that one. What we gave up for Laney, top six players. Peter, you talk about a player the team does not want to have and their team. You talk about a player have some problem and a player does not want to play. When did you hear McCann does not want to play, and what do you hear the Kraken want to trade him? And Mr. AGAI, welcome. Bug, you cannot use the line situation as a comparison that will situation. You're right about this, Mr. Bug. About this, you make a comment before that, Mr. Bug. And I apologize, did not pick it up. We need to wait for the market to change. Opposite for a good center would present themselves. One the team are starting came to McKenna for McKenna et Dupont. I like that comment, sir. Lenny willing to leave on the stop play in hockey. You're right about that, Bong. About that, Bong Lee. Welcome in the house, by the way. So behind that, guys, and you're right. The market completely changed next year. Like completely changed next season. Maurice, a quick coach, but I will. That does not play out. We must accept that Campbell did not work out. Cannot win with them all. You're right. Here we go. Let's move on, guys. I'm going to talk about other things. But maybe you don't know, maybe you know. But now I'm going to share it. That the KHL is back on the ice with preseason. Alexander Zarovsky starts as a center for the third line. And he got one assist today. Have a lot of great opportunity. Great game overall. I pick up, guys, only the highlights. And I apologize. I don't want to watch more hockey right now. And good game overall for him. This is a team. It will push the team maybe to keep him. He's really borderline between KHL and the VHL. Like, that's where he is right now. We'll see what's happening. That team does not have a lot of money. That said, that will helping him to stay around more because they don't give him a lot of rubble for him. Welcome back, N26. If you want a true center line, he will need to trade a players, maybe two players. He does not want to a second line center, all more value. That's a good winger. The market for center right now is the worst been in years. We need to wait. Great point about that. So I will wait it out instead of making a stupid trade. I look at this as the way Lele is looking to pick up as a winger. So good performance of Zareski today. And the KHL, we're going to follow up more what's going on with him and the next couple of weeks. The next thing, guy, is about the Montreal Canadiens defense. Do you consider that team as the top 10 in NHL? Well, what they got? Cooley, Dobson, Carrier, Hudson, Strobel, Jekai, Madison. Do you consider them to the top 10? I look around really quickly, but I think Montreal are really close to be a top 10. Carolina with 7 and Mailer, and I consider them a top 10. The Dallas Star with Lendell and Eskinen and Ali, top 10. Winnipeg, Maurice and Sandberg and DeMelo and Pionk and the rest. Winnipeg, good. New Jersey, Hamilton, Hughes, and most, they have a very solid defenseman over there. Washington. Now, Washington was very interesting, but when you think about Chick Run season last year, one of the best goal against average. You think about Ferrari, talk about Carlson's getting older. That's another great defenseman team. Flip Panthers, Forsling, Joan, Eggblad, Mikala. That's good two pairing right there. Maybe I drop a couple of, I look about Ottawa, Shabbat Sanderson, Zab. I didn't pick it up there. Edmonton, no. Calgary, your Wigar and Anderson. But after that, all I know Parik is coming. The Minnesota, Faber, beyond now. Listen, Kings, we kept recovered last year. You have, Dottie, but I think Montreal is very close to be a top 10 right there. Willie Snyder will come back in the house. If Rebecca become a stood-out top four defenseman, would be a top five in the league. It's all depend on Rebecca. Not a bad point right there, Bog, about that. For that. So I put them very close at top 10. If not, they are not 11, 12. But that will satisfy the Montreal Canadiens. At different area, but yeah, Mark, but it's not the same anymore. I did, guys, I did a search last year, I believe, for all the top six forward won the Stanley Cup. How many forward and how many defensemen they have 6 foot and under. You have to go all the way to the Tampa Bay Lightning when they won the first Stanley Cup, but many of them was at the bottom six. Pittsburgh Penguins was the one really have a couple of players on the top six. Crosby was one of them, but it's rare when you have one more at this. It's not because I don't want him. It's just like for me, it does not work as a center. Like I'm going to reaffirm, he's a great hockey player. 40 goal 2 years ago. 20, 30 goal, 29 goal the year before, and last year 22. You have a 60 point per year. He's a great number of the point to be a center. It's an upgrade for what we have, but it's not good enough to trade asset for a player like him. I would prefer to do a package deal to find a real center, not a player winger to move center, to get a real good center, younger, fit with the bracket of the range of my best players. Because one Ski Caulfield, one of Montreal would be better. McCann, it would be 35 years old. It will not work for the Montreal Canadiens. Maybe I'm wrong here. It's not an urgency for Montreal to be with a second center this year. It will help, but it's not a must. If only the opportunity or the window open up, then you get that player. Otherwise, go with what you have. Wait is more, yeah, for the defenseman. Welcome back, Willie. The way ref called the game and the playoff, you need big players. Good point. Team that don't need an elite defense to win a cup. 2016, Letank and other was said it not great. Not great. 2017 they won without Letank play a single game. I believe, yeah. But every 5 years, you have to look about the Final Four. For me, the Final Stanley Cup is one thing, but I'm always looking at the last four teams make the third round and the fourth round. How they make it? What was the size? What was the system? What was the power play? What was the PK? Why they make it? Is it something they repeat year after year? Now the Tampa Bay Lightning, and the Florida Panthers lead the last 5 6 years. That said, you have a pattern. The pattern in 2016-17 was not the same anymore. I would say no. I would prefer not to have two center under 6 foot. But can you win? Guess we will find out when Chicago without Nazar. Good point, GF. Like you know, I write guys for the Chicago Blackhawks now, and they're not going to win with both of them as a center. Not going to happen. I'm talking about playoff. They're going to win game. Why do you think Minnesota try to trade Marco Rossi? I agree with you, Jeff. Well, coach, that supply is not available now, so wait out for until become a desperate situation. We are not desperate right now. I agree with you, Maurice. We have two wave of the players and the rebuild, our 22% and our 27. If you add a long-term core, you want them to be under those age group. You need it, my friend. That's exactly what my point is right now. Good point about that. Coach, you should put the emphasis at the goalie position, having 6 foot center. Um, Not really, Maurice, because you cannot win with two center under 6 foot. The goalie win the Stanley Cup, or they go all the way to the Stanley Cup. Usually, they make a big save. It's a goalie like you don't have a tradition. You never win the Stanley Cup with a goalie under 6'2", I believe he was. I think the last one was Rask at 6'1". If I can recall it, Rask was smaller. No, Rask was 6'3". The other goalie was 6'1", but I cannot remember. On the leave, defense is good enough to win the cup. Their issue is the elite forward continues to fail. I think they satisfied their defense in the last 12 months. I like their Carlo, Danev, McCabe is not bad. Roddy is not bad. Benoit play good. The goaltender have a good year last year. But we have to wait for the next year. All right, guys. We're going to give you 1-1 here. Um, I'm going to give you one thing here. This is a question. I changed my question of the night on my channel, but I'm going to give you this. It's happened a lot on the X account, guys. But here's, I want you answer to me. You have three players, Weber, Subban, and Markov. Who start, who do you bench, and who do you cut? It makes sense? Who do you put on the ice, who you put on the bench, and who do you put out of the game? PS go with Markov, Subban, and Weber bench. Uh, at what point as a career coach? Um, all three are their prim, honestly. One day was at their prim. Roger Delaney, welcome in the house. Look, depends on the situation. Thank you, Randy. That's interesting, guy. We just want to sharing that about that. For me, definitely I cut Subban. I will win with Weber, and Markov will be on my bench for power play. Yeah, Weber, Markov, Subban. Evident, we had from me A2. Sanderman, Markov, bench, Weber, cut, Subban. Guy Hurts. Hurts, you have a great hockey team, the junior team over there. Let's move on, guys. What we have to do, we want to talk about the to watch. So, what we have to watch, guys, I did this exercise. Um, what I'm looking for this season. It's not the best players, it's not the worst players. I go with the Montreal Canadiens, and then I'm going to look about prospect for the Montreal Canadiens. And what I can watch is not necessarily what you can watch or you're looking for, but that gives me an idea me for the upcoming season for the Montreal Canadiens. So I have to watch in 2025, 2026 for me. First, I go with Evan Demidov. But why Demidov? But with all what we heard in the last couple of months, for what I saw him play in KHL, he is the favorite to win the Calder Trophy. The expectation is high. I want to see him a full year with the Montreal Canadiens. And that gave us, in my opinion, for me at least, what Montreal could become in the next 5 years with the performance of Demidov. If Demidov have 30 points, I'll be hurt. But Demidov get 50 points a plus, and he play at the level what my all my expectation. This is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the players. I'm looking for what he look like, how he going to deal with fatigue and game after game and fly and test, transportation, everything, the pressure in Montreal, the outcome he's going to get during the year, what the people is going to face adversity, challenge, what it look like his behavior. Because this is the next one we're looking for. This is what we want. That's what we're looking for. This is could be our next superstar with Leonardson example. In my opinion, for me, I know it's allowed to said that way, but I see Evan Demidov the best forward for the Montreal Canadiens. When Montreal be great, I don't see anybody above him. I see Demidov our best forward with the Montreal Canadiens. This is how I see him. I think I don't know who be Kusharov, but that would be the top. I expect Demidov to be a top 20 player in NHL. I'm again, that's what I'm looking for. To give me answer about how he look like, what he can become, and see the result of his first year in NHL. My second player, because he's going to start his 4 years in NHL. His entry level contract is over. He's right now on his new deal, $7 million. Every year is progressing. 10 point, 50 point, 51 point. He has getting more experience. He's right now at the year for me. He needs to step his game better, not only on point or goal, but overall on all the categories of his performance with consistency, use his body better, move your feet, control your stick, to handle your stick, play hard, learn to play better on the defensive zone coverage, less bad decision making, a full package of the details of the game. But why Sakeski? Because he was drafted at the position where we need a big forward to play a specific role with the Montreal Canadiens. And that's what now, after 3 years, I hope he understood what it takes to become a professional, to not only talk to talk, but walk to walk now. Not compare yourself with Kachuk with anybody else. Be who you are and be what you want to be. The blah 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 anymore does not work with me anymore. I know what I need. He will repeat. I know what I need to learn. I know what I need to see. I need to do, but not anymore. It's 4 years now. You're 22 years old. Now you have to step your game. You have no excuse anymore. You still learn the game. I understand that, but I don't want to hear anything, any excuse anymore. You go after the game, say, you know what, I play good. You know what, I play bad. I need to go from there and move on to the next game. But don't try to elaborate, and I don't need mindset anymore. I need a full player package deal to play hockey now. 6'3", 235, 235, whatever it is. Just play hard. Play with heart. Produce as your first overall pick. Show why the Montreal picked you up. What was their expectation? That is the year. That's what I'm looking for him to do that. Great comments in the chat. Don't forget, guys, to click on the like. If you don't mind, that'd be great. The next thing, guys, is a new one. Is Zachary Bodzik. Why I'm looking for him? Because I feel first is an upgrade over Alex Newhook. In my opinion, is a middle six. We talked about him yesterday like a rover. I believe Bodzik could be on the second line. Bodzik would be great on the third line. But Montreal Canadiens, as a grinder, as a forechecker, as a hunter, they are limited. You know, when you talk about Anderson, right? Chasing and hit everything. You have Gallagher, cannot hit, but he drive to the net. You talk about a great shot like Caulfield. You talk about a player is really good on defensive zone coverage, like Jake Evans. But every time I'm talking about strength players, Budzik could be that player. Yes, he's not 6'3", but he's not afraid to go behind the net and hit people. He is a hunter. He can chase the puck. He can forecheck and use his physicality of the game. He is not afraid to go in front of the net like Gallagher. He have a great wrist shot one-timer. He proved it. 7-goal power play. He's a bumper. He's not bad at all on defensive zone coverage at all. Really responsible player. Why you want to watch him? Because he's only 21 years old. He proved it last year with 19 goals. Can he repeat? Can he play with that kind of intensity game after game, night after night? New one and the wall of the Montreal. Pretty sure. Can he play on different level? For me, he is a versatile player for the Montreal Canadiens. And I think that would be the player like Martin said we're going to like a most. So this is the one to checking about this. Hey, Mr. Steve Turpin from Utah is in the house. From Salem, Oregon. I apologize. Long time, Steve. I'm looking forward to this game. I think is going to explode this season. 95 points. Maurice, coach, could you set it put up on the shut up then for Sakeski? Yeah, that's the that's the way we see that. But advanced stat on the defense are very good. You're right about this, Peter. Randy Walkman, premature. Good to have a person to chat from the same place. Me, Roger Delaney. Here we go, Butch. A lot of people from Ontario. Coach, I wish you we are as demanding of that. Yeah. My next place could be Kaden Cooley. For me, Kaden Cooley, he has everything to be the next Alex Pedangelo with the Montreal Canadiens. Physical, not afraid to hit. Really good on shutdown 1 versus 1. He has the quality to be a captain. He's a leader. He's a guy usually is really consistency game after game. Like everybody have a bad game. If you put him on the left side of his game, in my opinion, he could be a really solid first pairing defenseman. And that's what I'm going to watch this year is about his details of the game. I believe he has more offensive side on his game. He's going to play with a new player this year, Noah Dobson. He's not going to be worried to play on the left side this year. He's going to be really used on the PK. His responsibility are increasing this year. He become the icon of the defenseman for the Montreal Canadiens, the most complete, in my opinion. And no one play at the same like him for me. This is what I want to watch from him, what he will look like next season with the Montreal Canadiens. A lot of great comments in that chat, guys. Don't forget, please, to click on the like. We appreciate a lot. Pick up with all of your conversation. Talking about him is a partner. Why him? Because I look many clip of him in the last 2 weeks. He never been a first pairing defenseman. He signed a big contract on 9.25. Why you want to watch him? Because the expectation are high for him. From the fans, because he signed a big contract, we got sold by the organization to be an excellent defenseman. One of you guys said he is a great power play. He has 1 goal on power play last year. He's a great at 5 versus 5. I think his speed is more what I thought it would be. Very good on puck controlling and very smart to pass the puck. His decision making is good. Obviously, as the defenseman, when you have the puck, you give away puck. That's a stat. You pay the price, but you have to go not look about this, but look what he brings to the team. What I'm watching is what he's going to do against the best player opponent team. How he's going to defend himself on defensive zone. Because now he's not going to play against the second line, third line, like he was with the Islanders. He's going to play again the best of the best. He never been on those shoes before. That's what I'm looking for. So I'm not looking me for only one thing. I'm looking about the details of the player game, and I'm looking at long term. How you're going to react with new plays, everything. It's maybe deep when I'm talking about, but I think this is what I'm looking for him. And then my last defenseman for the Montreal Canadiens, and then I move with the Laval Rocket, is David Rebacker. I'm always been a big fan of Rebacker. Still a big fan of Rebacker, and I believe he's going to be a top 4 in NHL. But why you want to watch him? But now it's time to watch him the way he can adjust himself with the physicality of the game, night after night. He does not have 2 years where he played a full year. Can he stay healthy? Can he play 90% all the time with consistency? Can he is increasing his level of the play game after game? What we see from Laval Rocket is looking good. But when you recover from a knee injury, and for me, he, like Mr. Lee said earlier, he is a part of the big piece of the puzzle for a long term with Montreal. So when I'm watching only also, guys, it's the long term. So Rebacker become a key important on the top 4 for Montreal Canadiens at long term. That's what I want to see him this year. Whatever is Laval, whatever is Montreal. Healthy, consistency, improve you develop more, improve your area you're not strong enough, and then he can answer to my question, can he be a top 4 a long term for the Montreal Canadiens? Yeah, you're right about this, too. Hello, Gary. Welcome back in the house. Mr. Gary Cornoyer is with the Hockey Nation show tonight. Happy birthday to you. Gary Cornoyer! Happy birthday to you. Gary Cornoyer! Happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Gary Cornoyer! Happy birthday to you. The driver! Happy birthday to you. For UPS! Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, the best driver UPS in the world, Mr. Gary Cornoyer turned 61 years old today. Congratulations, Mr. Gary. Glad to see you around. Thanks for the likes that we appreciate for what you do here at the Hockey Nation, your contribution to be here all the time with great conversation, with respect and knowledge about hockey. We really grateful and thankful for us to be who you are inside the channel. And that's what we want to have here, people like him, to be good for others. And we're not big channel. We're not going to big lot, but at the end of the day, the most important things, we are a great group of the people with fun opinion, with respect. So, Gary Cornoyer, my friend, welcome back and happy birthday, my friend, for that one. This special day, my friend. Okay, I go a little bit more quicker on that one, guys. The next one, guy, is Florent Jekai for Laval Rocket. Jekai impressed me last year. On my opinion, and you know I follow a lot of prospects from Montreal Canadiens, with Adam Ekstrom, they were the 2 players had their game the most improvement last year. He scored over 20 goals. From the 4 line at the beginning to be a 3rd line, to play on the PK, score 3-4 goals on the PK last year. I'm really impressed by his skill on the offensive side of the game. He's not only a guy can fight, he is talented and skill-wise. I want to watch him this year, Laval, to be on the top 6, to improve his both sides of the game, to improve his face-off. It's another plus, in my opinion, with his size, could be play a big role for the Montreal. So again, I'm repeating the same thing. Long term, what they can do when Montreal will be very good. I believe Florent Jekai is one of them. The bracket age, we talked about this early. You're right. So for me, this is what you're welcome, Gary. Rain, thanks so much. This is the reason I believe for that. I'm not sure if power play Lee or PK definitely for that. My next guy is a goaltender, Jacob Fuller. I know him for many years. We watched him for many years. The expectation is high for him. His constancy Laval last year was not great. It was up and down. He gave a couple of muffins. Then he was excellent after that. This is a player I'm going to watch with Laval for sure. Because, again, he could be a goaltender number one. Taubert, it took him 3 months in Laval to find his game back from the NCA. If you look about Taubert at the first year with Laval Rocket, he took him until Christmas to be what he wants to be. This is a player I'm really looking for that for him. No, Florent, you're right. He has no power play, Lee. Great points on the man. My next two player, guys. Michael Edge. Again, another player with expectation are high. A lot of people put him as a second center for the Montreal Canadiens. Great year last year with the Michigan. He was playing on the second line. He has now the opportunity to be their big players with upcoming year. The Michigan are not a powerhouse this year. He needs to improve his defensive zone coverage. He have a really difficult second half of the season. He need to improve his face-off. This is a player I'm looking for again for this year for the upcoming, for sure. Danny is in the house, I believe. Welcome. Google is in the house. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes. And moderator Danny. Just back from the Mandarin downtown in Orleans. Glad to see you, my friend Danny. If I did not mention your name, guys, I apologize. Don't forget, guys, to click on the like. That'd be great. If you name my last player, we have to move on, guys. It's Tyler Thorpe. Yes, you can talk about Joshua Roy, Sean Farrell, and many others. But Tyler Thorpe, I watched him last year, 27 goals. He has 6 goals on the PK, lead the WHL with the most goals on the PK. Play with the team really good, but he is a big body, 6'5". He have a great shot. He need to improve his skating. He need to improve his physicality. But he fit on my mind with Florent Jekai at 6'4", 6'5". Can we get Paponikis? I don't know. Can we get another big body? I don't know. But that 4 line could be a solid line for the Montreal Canadiens. And I believe Jekai Thorpe is a part of the piece of the puzzle from the prospect point at long term. I don't know if he will stay with the Laval Rocket. He can return in the WHL. But I think this is the kind of player I'm looking for. And that's what, for me, they are my players I'm looking and watching for the upcoming season for the Montreal Canadiens. A2 talk about Zuski. Someone talk, Casey would talk about Caulfield. Someone tell me Lane Hudson. Yes, right. And accept, I can understand your point of view. But I know who they are. No doubt in my mind, them I have no question. It's not questionable. I have no question. When Montreal be there at the top, those players will be at the top. But the player mentioned right there in front of me, they still don't. We don't know yet if they're going to reach those expectations. This is where Montreal had to figure out that in the next 3 years and patch up what they don't have. Like the second center, like Peter August. And we talk about Jared McCann. I understand all of you. And you're right. He's a great hockey player. But for me, it does not fit at the second center. Are we looking more for Mason McDavish? I know you have to pay. I understand they weren't going to be trade. But I was looking for a center with 50% face off, a big body, be a grinder. I don't need 70 points, but I need what I don't have. I need a second center bigger. I need a left shooter. I need a guy can get 50 face off. I need a guy can hit 50 points per year. I need a guy to be a forechecker. A guy play with physicality, win his face off. And that's why you match. That's why you fill up your team with time, and that's why your team get the higher, better at the future. This is what I feel for the Montreal coach. Think back at 10 years to add prospect, then wow, what a chance to go more sooner. Great point about that, A2. And I think A2. I don't think we have to wait 10 years. I think in 2019-18, guys, the selection of Montreal Canadiens was not amazing. I think everything changed when they picked Cole Caulfield and then Caden Coley back-to-back year. Because like what? Caulfield was a 19 or 18. I think Caulfield was a 19. Now, Caulfield was a 19. I was there. It was in Vancouver. There you go. Caulfield 19 at Vancouver. And then you have Cooley. It was at home. Yeah, no draft. Send that. So we talk about 6, 7 years, A2, maybe 8. That's crazy. Thank N26. A great point to review all A2, those prospect for sure. So that we did that, guys, for this. It's funny, guys. Every night I want to do some conversation. We hit always late. I talk too much. That's the problem I have. I'm going to give you guys, for everybody in the chat, we create a discount, a Discord. You can check on the website, on the messenger. The Discord, guy, is a locker room. Everybody can be there, and we talk about fun things, about hockey, everything. A little bit what we do here, but you can reach me at 2 o'clock afternoon, 10 o'clock the night. The Discord will be open 24 hours. Now, I sleep 4 hours. So when I sleep, I cannot answer to you. But more people we are, you can action more. It's a continuity of what we do here. So how you can sign? You go to discord.com, sign up, and looking for Hockey Nation live show. And then if you click on the link, that will bring you directly to join the locker room. We're going to have more and more in the future. But for the next year it's coming, the Discord will be part of that. Really important for everybody. So if you want to do that, it's easy, guys. And then if you want to helping us, we are now affiliate. I'm going to talk more about this, the NHLshop.com and the Vivid seed.com. Two affiliation going to push. We have two other affiliation we negotiate right now. And thank A2 for your post to Tony Mariano, by the way. We're going to try to create more guest guys for the upcoming year. So we want to create at the same time um, more flexibility to get more people and to grow properly the right way. And we'll see what this is going happening or not. But again, don't forget, I have this clash for the last 4 days. We're going to do it tonight, if you don't mind. So let's see the clash of tonight show at the Hockey Nation. It's not bad. Um, it's about compare. So it's not like I don't want to make prediction yet. I want to start prediction, guys. Maybe at the beginning of September or at the end of August. It will be more in September. And the prediction I'm trying to do is to player by player everything. That said, the first one, guy, is this one. Are you absolutely agree or disagree? Kyle Connors over Mika Rantanen. That's the first one. We spelled in 1970. Yes, we were. For sure. I agree with you. We are just hoping for a great start of the hockey season for our young Habs. You're right there. PS is a great Kyle Connors over Mika Rantanen. Um, Billy, not allowed. I take Rantanen. Lee, not allowed. Not allowed. Randy, you cannot get into Discord. All right, I will go to email you. Atlantic season would be fierce. Not a bad comment, Rain, about this. Connor, yes, for PS. I agree for Butch. It's a great question, guys. Connor Rantanen, our consistency score goal year after year, 45 goal A plus. I'm going to slightly go with Rantanen because of his size of his body. That's it. That's all. Two excellent players. Connor is UF3 next year. I got to some research on that culture. You are kombucha. Antonin won a cup. That's a breaker, Gary. Next one, guys. There we go. Connor Hellebuck over Carey Price. Good point, and Mr. Lee. That's a good one. Luke said no. Mr. Lee said no. Run go absolutely. GF Carey Price all day. Gee, this is close one. Joke, is that a joke, coach? Both win the Vezina Trophy, the Hart Trophy. Not allowed. You nail it, Mr. Lee. The playoff is a great breaker. Is it the first time, Mr. Lee, you're in the house with us? If you are, Please, how did you find us? If you are not, and you just change the nickname, it's okay. Or if you're not the first time here, I'll be surprised because I check all the names usually. But if you are, welcome to our Canadian show. Hopefully, you're going to come back more often, by the way. Let's move on to the next one. Um, McDavid over McKinnon. E2. McDavid over McKinnon. One won the Stanley Cup, the other one did not, but produced more points. You're welcome, Mr. Lee. Look, yes. Gary, absolutely. Not allowed. It's not an easy one, but I will go with absolutely on that one. I love McKinnon. I really love McKinnon. I know he won the Stanley Cup. But McDavid, the way he produced now, he's going to be on the top five most point in NHL. Exactly, Mr. Lee. Yeah, I think we are all agree with that. But next two guys, a difference of this night. And we're going to create this more this week. So we did early, like, you know, cut a bench, right? The next one, guys, about three players line or team versus another team. Do you take McDavid, Tressadol, Hyman versus Kucherov, Sankos, et Burning Point? Congratulations, Randy. I think that going to be a really good time over there. I think this is going to be another way to have all the conversation, guys, left and right. Not only me, but exchange everybody, guys, on the Discord. Yes, yes, yes. PS go with that Tampa Bay. Rest of the line for rain. Not easy one. The Tampa Bay won the Stanley Cup 2 times. Edmonton never won. Cash, welcome back, my friend. Thanks for the likes we got tonight. Um, ADP McDavid on match speed. It's a tough one. It's not like one line is so much better to another line. I will go with Edmonton, but slightly, guys, on that one. And I'm still debate. Last one of the night. Do you take Bergeron, Marchand, Pasnak over Barkov, Kachuk, Ben, and Renard. Again, you take Boston over Oilers, over Florida. Point rain. Gay go no. RDP yes. Lee said, "Oh, now this is a hard one. Panthers all day long for A2. Let take Boston. Billy go with Florida. Ron go with Boston. Cash said no way. Gary said not at all. We are 50-50 right now, almost. Guy with Marchand a problem with. I like that. Guy. Let's go with the Cats. Again, we're going to do more stuff like this during the week, guys. The players and versus what we got in the past. And Boston, our choice, Randy, you're right. It was not easy one when I built that one too. For me, uh, if you go line by player, guys, Barkov over Bergeron, Bergeron over Barkov. Marchand, 90 points. Pasnak, 45 goal. Renard did it too. This is a tough one. I have to go to the playoff. Playoff, Florida win 2 times. LAB said, I cannot choose. Yeah, you see, Lee, how long and it take for me to answer that? Yeah, not bad. You don't have a bad choice, by the way. Your decision. Ah, I will go Florida Panthers. I hate Boston. Just kidding. And that's it. That's all, guys. We go the 2 hours. I cannot do a 90-minute show. I don't know why. But I know why. But I just like to be here with all of you tonight. Um, we did it. We did it. Before we go, guys, I want to bring you here. This is a week to not miss. Jim Beringer tomorrow night. Marco Larrabee Wednesday. Ross Cohen Sportsology Thursday night. Back to back to back. For me, it would be a time to relax more, to let go, and just enjoy the guests because you are the one to now to have um, the choice to ask a lot of questions for them. Prepare your question. They are here for all of you to ask questions. For me, I only ask one thing from all of you, if you don't mind. Let me check this right now. Is when we have guests asking questions, be interactive with them. That make them to enjoy more the show. I've been to other podcasts. I know how this works. And that's the only thing we can make this better for all of them. They're going to want to come back. We have Bill Mercer is coming. Chris Terrier is coming. We have John McLeany is coming. All for the Flyers organization. We have Mike Fick is coming. Big name on the other website contributor. It's going to have more people. That's the reason I write on the other website for the people recognize me. And when I write article, guys, I'm telling you right now, I don't write 350 words. I go 1,000, 1,200. If you check my article on the Chicago Blackhawks today, I pick all the prospect players and I make them where they played last year, when they got draft, where they're going to play next year, and the reason what he missed for the Chicago Blackhawks. That's why I'm going to make that name for the people come back here. And the only reason we go here one night at a time, one sub at a time, is because you are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you. That's all, everybody. Thank Mr. 007. Show up. Happy birthday to Carrie Convoyer. Mr. Inartap was in the house before that. We expect Inartap to be back very soon. We miss him. The Sunday night is the show with me. I miss Mr. Inartap. I can't wait to see him very soon. For all of you guys, thanks so much. Don't forget, guys, click on the like, subscribe, join our Discord. And I'm going to talk with you in the locker room. And of course, be well, be healthy. Find a way not only to dominate your day, but find a way to dominate the second half or what? Someone said 2025. That's all, everybody. Thank moderator Ron, Danny, and the show tonight. Thanks for all the live we got tonight. Thanks to be with us every night. Thanks for the conversation you did tonight. Thanks to be who you are. And the most important things, without you, it would be impossible. Hockey Nation, Ab Nation, all the cheese and pay them, said to you, we love you, friends. Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow night, 8:30 with Jim Beringer. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks, Luke, Caps fan, Guy, Billy, Rain, Ron, Butch, Lee, Mark, everybody else. Booyah!